Hello everybody, my name is Jason and we're doing a video analysis today from We Live in 4. It's a SoCal series, a SoCal monthly that we're going to be doing, and this is a pools match between Red Ranger and Loyal. Both PR players. Red Ranger plays Ganondorf and Loyal plays Game & Watch. The biggest thing that I want to talk about in this game is how both characters use corner pressure and how holding space and good spacing really allow corner pressure to build up a lot of damage. A lot of players in sort of when you're kind of like low mid level, a lot of the ways that they get damage is usually from combos, right? So you'll win neutral sometimes, but when you do, you're gonna get like a pretty good combo if like you get off of a throw. Throw combos are really easy, so you get a lot of damage that way. But you'll notice in this set, the way that these players tack on damage is a very high level way. They take away and deny space, and even though their punishes aren't super big necessarily, they play neutral in such a way that they're going to win neutral over and over again. When you have someone who is cornered, they're going to take a lot of damage because of that positional disadvantage, as opposed to any sort of like combo that happens. So let's get into it, and specifically I'm going to be talking about whoever is the one that is edge guarding. So I'm going to be, cornering the other. So I'm going to be trying to flip 50-50 between both players. Usually I take the perspective of one player, but both players have a lot of good play this game, so I'm going to try to talk about both of them. We're going to start here, and you can kind of see right here, this is just a little bit at the beginning that doesn't really pop up a lot later. A lot of this is disrespecting dash dance right here, right? The dash attack is obviously disrespecting any kind of play that the opponent is doing, any kind of spacing that they're doing. Whenever you see a dash attack, like a high-level player use a dash attack, think about what they're trying to do. Dash attack is usually the fastest way for you to cover the most amount of space. So you're going to be able to break a dash dance. You see right here, Red Ranger dash dances, and Loyal throws out a back air, which, because Red Ranger wasn't dash dancing super well, he gets clipped by it, right? Here. Decent follow-up, and soon we're going to get into a corner situation right here. Okay, so let's look at how Loyal edge guards right here, because he like pretty much got a lot of this damage still from corner pressure, still cornered Red on the other side. Okay, and then I'm just gonna play out this whole stock because pretty much there was like maybe one time where it reset to neutral. But let's talk about right here. We're going way back. Red Ranger tries to do a reverse grab. Loyal is really close into him, and that's actually something that Ganondorf has that a lot of, like, Red Ranger definitely uses a lot, is he'll go for reverse grabs. I think that in this situation, Game & Watch is a little too low, but actually, and I'm gonna, okay, Ganon's grabs right here, and for some reason it also grabs right here. So if Loyal were a little higher, if like instead of him doing a forward air, let's say he did a nair or something, where his landing animation might put him a little higher. I'm not too sure if nair does that, but if he was a different character, he would have gotten grabbed. So this is a good grab by Red, but Loyal just happens to be too short and low profiles it, right? Because of that, he gets grabbed and he gets this. Loyal gets the 4, so then Red is in an edge guard situation now. Most important thing is understanding invincibility. When you are trying to apply corner pressure, knowing the invincibility of your opponent and how much space that takes up is probably the most important thing. So let me explain a little bit here. Ganondorf has a ledge dash. What a ledge dash is when you grab the ledge, right? You have about, I think it's somewhere between 30 to 40 frames of invincibility. 30 to 40 frames of invincibility, meaning you cannot be hit. During this 30 to 40 frames, you can drop down, double jump back up, and then maybe either throw out a hitbox here, wave land onto stage. There are, like, when you play a character, you should know what your options are from ledge. And a lot of characters have the ability for an invincible ledge dash. A ledge dash being this sequence right here. When you grab ledge, immediately drop, double jump, and wave land back on. so that you can be invincible this whole time. Invincible, invincible, invincible. And certain characters like Ganondorf can actually put out invincible hitboxes. So when you see someone who is closer than this range, right, when they're here, when they are like right here, Game & Watch is right here, you can invincible ledge dash and get through them. You can throw out a hitbox. An invincible jab would probably hit Loyal. So be very careful when you're edge guarding this close. The only real time where you would want to is if you are this close to ledge, right, in this zone, you should be expecting a ledge jump aerial and be baiting it and then shield afterwards, because you can get really easy shield grabs. Or, you anticipate their ledge dash option, and then you can kind of like, let's say, Loyal's right here, wave dash back into shield, Ganon ledge dashes this way, and you can get a grab because you're facing in this direction. First thing that Loyal is very aware of when he's doing this, and that's a very good thing to be aware of. We'll see soon that Red uses his invincibility to throw out an invincible up air. It would hit someone who was in this zone that we were talking about earlier, but Loyal's a little further back, so he's able to outspace it and hit him with his own back air, right? Pushes him back out. And these ledge aerials are very risky because you have to double jump, right? So you waste your double jump here, and if Loyal catches you before you hit the ground, Red Ranger has no jump right now. So this recovery gets a little dicey. Luckily, Red Ranger's sweet spots. And we're going to push him to the other side now. That's what Loyal's going to do. You see? Right here, this back air that Loyal throws out here prevents Red Ranger from going in. So Red Ranger is sort of forced and tunneled to going out. Because this back air is here, multiple hitboxes, very difficult to get through. Red Ranger either can drop down or go this way. If he goes this way, he's going to get clipped by the back air and he's going to get comboed out anyways, right? So to minimize that risk, he falls this way, which puts him in another corner situation, right? Loyal's probably going to down tilt here. Oh, he's going to jab, right? And this is Ganon's only real way. When you're stuck in shield on the corner, rolling to center stage is a pretty decent option. We're going to see a couple of reads later on when the players sort of read this specific option and they get caught for that bad habit. But for right now, Red Ranger gets center stage because Loyal throws out a forward smash a little too slow. Right here we're seeing a little bit like Loyal jumps in with a forward air, and Red Ranger tries to dash dance around it, but he is on the wrong half of it when the forward air comes out. Put into another corner situation. Edge guard, misses the edge guard, right? And this right here, Loyal goes back again. The exact same idea. He doesn't want to be in that range where the invincible aerial can hit him. Okay? That whiffs because Red Ranger did a jump from ledge. His jump from ledge sends him super high, something I'm going to talk about later in this match. But Red Ranger's all the way up here. And this is the power of Game & Watch corner pressure. This is something that a lot of other characters can't do. When you sort of miss this option because Loyal was going for the same thing. If Red had done a double jump aerial, he would have caught it, send him back out. But instead, Red goes up. Red goes up really high. And let's say this character were another Ganondorf, for example. He would, like, if Ganondorf committed to covering this option, he can't cover this one anymore. But Loyal can. Game & Watch can. Game & Watch can up B and cover this whole vertical space. So you can cover this, right? You can cover the ledge jump aerial, and you can cover the tournament winner sequentially. So here, he didn't go there, he went up. I'm going to up B up next. And sure enough, that's what Loyal's going to do because he has that option as this character. Up B's, catches him, and then gets the kill, right? Selecting options. Covers this option, covers this option. And he can do that because Ganondorf's a fairly slow character. He didn't have a lot of ways to get around that situation. Right here, let's talk about Red's corner pressure. Slightly different. Same idea. Catches him being dumb and neutral, so he gets an edge guard situation. And notice Loyal right here. Up Bs and double jumps really early, that's always really catastrophic, I would say. To be approaching stage with no mix-up. He even uses the bucket break all the way up here. So, Game & Watch right now, let's talk about his options. There are none. He can't even air dodge. All he can do is drift. Drift and throw out hitboxes. Those are like the two things that he can do right now. Here we go. So, he can either drift in or like choose not to drift. When he drifts in, maybe he throws out a hitbox or something, maybe like a forward air or a down air, right? That's all he can do because he upbeat all the way out here, double jumped all the way up here, bucket braked right here. All of his mix-up is gone by the time he reaches this point right here. So, pretty simple situation for Red. Like I said, Loyal can choose to put out a hitbox, but Red spaces it and gets the trade, right? Corner pressure. You know that they're coming in and you want to keep them out, right? And right here you see Red is in that same spot that Loyal was in earlier. Remember how Loyal was sort of not here. You don't want to be here when you're in a corner pressure because like Game & Watch, for example, can invincible fair from ledge. It would get crouch canceled at 14%, but I mean, the threat is still there, right? To double jump aerial here, that would cover this whole space. So Red Ranger gives you a little more space than he gives you just enough space to where you would do the bad option and then covers it. You see? So right here, ooh, this is important. So like there are a couple of things. This forward air right here that Red does. It gets countered, I guess. The response by Loyal here is really good. He run up shields. There are two variants of this forward air that can happen right now. And Red is really good at mixing up both of them. So you either, from this jump, you either do a approaching forward air or you do a retreating forward air, right? So what are the advantages of both? If this player, you see how much space Loyal has been given? In this amount of space, some players are gonna want to push in, other players are gonna wanna back off. So depending on the type of player that they are, you can do these different aerial types. If they back off, you do an approaching forward air. Maybe you catch them on the back half of their dash dance and they go flying. Or otherwise, they run away shield, then you put them in the corner. Even further, they have less space, less options. This is what this covers, right? This retreating one is for the players that want to challenge you. Let's say Game & Watch is right here. He wants to go in, right? And then if Red had done a sort of retreating forward air, he would have placed a hitbox right here, right as Loyal was dashing in. Let's say that Loyal wanted to jump in with a forward air or something like that. But by Red going out doing this, he would be able to place his forward air on top of Loyal, and Loyal would go flying. So that's the 50-50 that Ganon works with. His forward air is a very strong move. It clanks with a lot of, or it doesn't clank, but it just does tons of damage. So it could like send you flying, right? It's pretty long range, so like you can outrange a lot of stuff. You can like, if it's safe on shield, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, relatively safe on shield if you space it correctly. So this is one variation of the interaction where Red chooses wrong. Loyal goes in. You can see how this would have been problematic if Red chose the retreating option, right? Loyal realizes that he has Red cornered now. He does a back air, which Red rolls around. Like I said, rolling the center stage, not particularly bad option until your opponent starts punishing you for it. That's when you should start worrying about it. But until then, try it. It's like it gets you a lot for a very low risk. So right here, Loyal dashes in again. He does another approaching option. So Red does the defensive option, or the something that's equivalent to retreating. So there are two variations of the edge guard right here. Okay. One, he's gonna go forward, and then he's gonna stand still and wait for Loyal to come forward. These are the two kinds of things. This is what you should be mixing up when you're applying very intelligent corner pressure. Okay. Again, anticipates the angle. Ganondorf is all about anticipation. Put out hitboxes just in case they run into him. Ganondorf isn't fast enough for you to do things and whiff punish people. You have to kind of like plan your moves ahead of time. Okay, we got a little combo here. Puts Loyal back on corner. Let's see what Red does. Right here, he goes for a forward air, but because Ganon is a little slow, Game & Watch beats it out. That means it's Loyal's turn to put on the pressure. This aerial is very smart by Red Ranger. Pretty good because it's well spaced, so he wasn't in a lot of danger here. Just put it out, make them respect your space, let you get back to ledge. It's fine. Okay. And he gets hit by the lingering hammer because he goes for the side B. Pretty bad side B anyways. I actually don't think it would have hit. It might have. But Loyal landed on the platform, so. Right here. And this is actually very interesting. Like, notice how platform invincibility also really scares players. Loyal immediately goes to ledge. So then Red Ranger is able to start this stock with corner pressure. Right? Again, like I said, dashes out to this specific spacing to avoid any like shenanigans that happen at the ledge. Very smart. Right here, again, jumps up to cover the up B, slightly late, but that's the idea. And this is getting back to what I said earlier about the length of Ganondorf's jump from ledge. A lot of characters, they have different lengths that they jump. I'm pretty sure that Ganondorf has one of the highest. Look how high he goes. Just from jumping from ledge, he gets all this height. Ganondorf hasn't double jumped yet. He literally just pressed Y when he was on the ledge. And he jumps here. Other characters, I know that, like, I don't know anything actually. But Luigi's would probably send him up around here. Samus's, I know, is around here, kind of. But Ganondorf gets this extra height. And because he gets this extra height, he can cover a Game & Watch recovery, which gives him a lot of height. So you can see how these two lines, the Ganondorf line over here and the Game & Watch line over here, kind of are of similar heights. Let's say that this was a Jigglypuff. I think that Jigglypuff has a really low tournament winner or ledge jump. Jigglypuff wouldn't be able to cover it because she's all the way down here. And then Game & Watch would be able to go right above her. Not the case with Ganondorf. So, very intelligent to use this option aggressively. See, he jumps up here so that he can cover that option. Usually you see people do those kinds of things because they want to get center stage because they're getting cornered. But Red Ranger is doing it right here to accent his edge guarding abilities. Right? Loyal whiffs that, so then Red Ranger responds with a back air of his own. Okay, another one. Again, anticipating the trajectory of the recovery, puts out a hitbox. Loyal jumps right into it. It's going to be rough. Yeah. He saves his jump, and let's look at that ledge dash by Red. This is what I'm talking about earlier. This is the amount of space you can get invincibly from a ledge dash. So, you know, kind of tangential, but that's a lot of space. Red can cover a lot of space from ledge. Sends him back out. Loyal techs, but doesn't bucket break in time. And I think that this should be... Oh, he has his jump again. Yeah. Right here is just a lot of zoning. Loyal is very scared to get hit low, so he keeps recovering high, which Red Ranger is taking advantage of with his disjointed up air. Evens the stock up. Let's go back in time. Not that far back in time. Wait a second. Yeah, he starts the stock 0% to 46%. And this isn't a combo. This is just good corner pressure. Over and over again. One move. One move, one move. Right? Another move. And he's able to close out this stock purely off of positioning. Like a lot of players don't have a really good understanding of this. I think that Red Ranger is one of the best players in SoCal when you want to understand how corner pressure works. Because Ganondorf doesn't have a lot of other opportunities to build damage. Crouch cancel grab. Gets a little bit of damage. Loyal's on the edge again. Okay. Gets hit back out. Oh, misses. See right here? gives him a little bit of space. Loyal dashes in, like he has been the entire set so far. Eats a boot. This option is way better than the forward air, because Loyal is the one that's going to be running into you. Good up air, that should be it, unless, yeah, okay. Red Ranger shields and then drops shield for some reason, so then that tech flub will lead him into getting a little bit of damage. Oh, okay, sneaks out of that because he was at low percent. I'm pretty sure that Loyal is going to use this invincibility to put, to put Red Ranger on corner. Remember I was talking about platform invincibility and how it scares players? Red Ranger also goes cornered. So Loyal's able to start this stock off with some corner pressure. Again, we're looking at up B coverage here. Down tilt hits. The baking puts him down. He down tilts again to cover the same option. It works, and he can combo off of it. We're going to see an up B coverage. Okay, good. This is a really good up air by Loyal. Barely before the downer comes out. Or, oh, no. I guess it's just good spacing. That's really nice. So yeah, you have to know your opponent's panic options. See how Red Ranger keeps trying to put out hitboxes? Right? Catch him on the way down, puts out a hitbox, catch him on the way down. Loyal is pretty much able to even up the stock off of that corner pressure. He hasn't evened it up yet. Red Ranger rolls to center stage again. Loyal did not respond properly. Okay, but he puts him on corner. Nice. Right here, corners him. Red Ranger doesn't have enough. Because Loyal is too low of a percent. This forward tilt could have been something big. It could have given Red Ranger center stage, but Loyal is very low percent, so it doesn't matter yet. Don't do forward tilts at low percentages necessarily. Those are moves that work a lot better as zoning tools the higher percent your opponent's at. Red Ranger's turn to corner pressure, right? Gives Loyal a little bit of room. Again, we're going to see it again. Loyal's going to dash in because he thinks it's safe to go center. Whereas Red Ranger has been rolling in, so he has that invincibility. Loyal's just dashing in or trying to throw out hitboxes and stuff. So that's what's getting him hurt. There's a trade right there. Anticipates the recovery angle again. Loyal's been recovering pretty improperly. Again with this corner pressure. See right here, notice, and this is, I think, very important. Red Ranger does this little micro movement. I want you all to notice it. Right here, there's like a bad player thing. Well, not a bad player thing to do, but there's like a less optimal and a more optimal option here. Loyal right now is throwing bacon, whatever. He's gonna land. He's gonna land on the stage. And right now, Ganondorf is facing this way. You're red. You want a shield, and potentially you want to get a shield grab, right? That's like a thing that can happen. First off, like I think you can actually shield grab this pan potentially. I'm not super sure. But like that's like the downside of that is that you end up facing this way. And red is gonna do this little movement where he backs off a little bit and shields facing this way. Right? Loyal down tilts because it's a panic option. And now red is facing this direction, right? In the other situation, imagine if Red Ranger were facing, and this is like me overanalyzing the situation, but if he was sitting in shield facing this direction, he is in a worse spot for covering ledge options than he is right now when he's facing this direction. Reason being is the differences between Ganondorf forward air and back air. Back air comes out a lot faster, so if you want to actually cover a lot of space here, you can do it faster, which is more relevant right now than the forward air, which reaches a little longer, is a little stronger, but comes out slower. So red is going to be able to throw out a back air, or he just rolls. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yeah, just disregard everything I said. I thought he was going to back air there, but I was thinking about this back air. I thought he did that out of shield earlier, but that was in the past. And red does a retreating version. Notice how these retreating corner pressure tools are working a lot better than the aggressing ones, right? Loyal actually dies to that because I think that he just had bad DI. Yeah. So, the last little segment here, right? Because, and this might have been a blessing in disguise for Red, because he's facing the wrong way. He doesn't choose to grab. Loyal's down tilt here was supposed to stuff the grab attempt, which could have saved him, but Red Ranger is facing the wrong way, so he doesn't choose to grab. He rolls center stage, does a retreating forward air to catch an option. Those kinds of aerials are the most important for corner pressure. If you can do a retreating aerial and catch players that are really antsy to get center stage, that's going to be their downfall. That's going to be exactly how Loyal loses the set. So, really good case study on corner pressure, different options that you can cover with different characters. Be very aware of exactly how far and what zones your character can threaten. Red Ranger's really good at it. Loyal also had some really good sequences that were all pretty much corner pressure. Even though you think of like Game & Watch as like a combo house, the way that Loyal played this set, or this game and this set, if you want to watch the full set, is very corner pressure heavy, very much doing damage on the sides and getting your openings after you've pinned your opponent. And Red Ranger is very much the same. Very interesting match. It was very enlightening to myself to kind of like see it in slow motion. And yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed it. We'll catch you later.